Few weeks ago, I made a video regarding Ausbildung Contact, for 5% that I got for them. So here is the approved Ausbildung Contract from the Handwerks Kammer. Now, so many people, they come online, they talk about Ausbildung, without even knowing the process and also knowing, what it is. Some of them have not even seen an Ausbildung Vertrag before, Ausbildung Contract before, they've not seen it. All right, so if I don't know anything in this life, when I come say I don't know anything, you see this Ausbildung, I know it's like my palo, and there's no way you can mishold in your own palo. So after the contract was signed by the company, I have to send it to the students to sign also, and then send back to me so I can forward it to the Handwerks Kammer. Now, this is a chamber, that checks the contract, check if the company is qualified to train the student, and also check about the school, check everything about the Vertrag if it's okay, and they will give approval. With this approval from the HVK, that is the Handwerks Kammer, you don't need your WAEC recognition if you're coming for hand job, unless you're going for Pflege. Now, there are two processes, for these two trainings. People that are coming for nursing has their own, or people that are coming for crafts like hand job, carpenter, mechanics, and all of that. You guys belong to the Handwerks Kammer, while the other people belong to the IHK. Most content creators and people that talks about Ausbildung in Germany and those that have lived here for years don't even know the difference between the Handwerks Kammer and the IHK. All right, so this is a testimony that whatever we say, we do it. Now, this is the first stage, and at the second batch of students that are coming in, we still go through this process. I have 5 students from Vietnam. I also have 5 students from Cameroon and also 1 from Nigeria. Now, the third batch has to be from Rwanda. I've spoken extensively with so many language schools in Rwanda, in Kenya, in Vietnam, and also some other Asian countries. So this year is going to be, in fact, a jam-packed when it comes to Ausbildung. See, you cannot follow this page and will not learn anything or gain anything. One thing I will guarantee you here is quality information, accurate information, and quality service. We don't talk what we cannot do. I was so fast with this thing that even some of the students started suspecting maybe it's fake, because of the how easy it looks in the eyes. And this is as a result of the relationship I've built so far with most of these companies, because it's not easy getting an Ausbildung contract without having the student to conduct interview, without subjecting the student to writing motivation letter and doing CV and all of that. See, all they submitted for this is just their passport and B1 certificate, and that is it. Within 3 days the contract was signed. It wasn't magic. It is a long time, relationship that I've built here in Germany. See, this city that I am now, I am well known. Why? Because I have delivered quality services, and I have also done a lot, for so many companies. I've represented a lot of companies in radio interviews. I've represented a lot of companies in, television interviews and all of that. Being a black here, because in this city we are not much, where I am, we are not much, even though I'm trying to bring in a lot of them. So many people you see here, either for work, or that for study, or that for any other purpose. Many of them, majority of them, came through me. So what you cannot get here, anything we say here is what it is. So on this note, I wish all the students, best of luck, and I know their visa will be approved, because we didn't just provide contract, I provide housing, proof of accommodation for them. I provided the relationship declaration for them. I provided the school Anmeldung for them. I provided the approved, Ausbildung contract from the Handwerks Kammer. This is not common. Nobody, even the so-called agent, cannot go this far, for their client. But I make sure that anything I'm doing, I do it to the best, especially when it comes to documentations like this. So I wish them the best of luck, and I hope to see them in Germany. Personally, I'll be going to the airport to pick them up with the secretary of the companies and also with their drivers, so we can take them to their accommodation and also make sure that they settle in very, very well. This is what I can do. You see, my joy is to see that people succeed. Like when they talk about their history, when they talk about their journey, they mention my name. That is the reward. That is the joy I get. I did this through this person. I got this through this person. That's nothing, that appease me than things like that. I'll be sending this document via, DHL to Rwanda and also to Nigeria to the student, because they need the original copy for their visa application. We still have enough time, for them to do, because we're expecting them, by August. I remain the German. Do see you in my next video.